Alright, well, hello there ladies and gentlemen, once more back at it. Well, you may be wondering with this particular video here, well, what's the big deal with being in this worldy area where supposedly you're pretty correct in saying it's indeed free to play? Well, I figured before I cover what is essentially finally at last going through a community event kind of thing, I figured show off what I do here in free to play mainly. One of them is indeed Ober hunting, and well, let's just say it's a bit of a pain if you're way high level and not doing them manually, but here in the world, I don't know, you think it's extremely risky, but actually no, not once have I actually been properly attacked, let alone killed, though it is multi, so the chance is always there. But as indeed evidently found out a day or two before that recording where what seemed to be a pair of, or I think 3 high level kind of mage PKers, so that was as close as I got. But yeah, see here with the Ober high scores and that, yes, things have indeed improved for folks since then, and yeah, I'm no longer, at least at that point, no longer in the top 25. No, that's a fallen back a good bit, but the aim was to get about 70-ish kills plus whatever extras I got, and indeed that was the plan. However, this is not the focus of this video because, as you know, the first overrun was like a very long time ago. Yeah, I figured with this new event come out here, Runescape's 7th birthday event as of the 21st of February that I did a little while ago, and that, yeah, seeing here, I figured it'd be fitting to go on a much more busy world, and yeah, that's more like it. So, it's interesting actually, because I've only done one of each. I've only done the one Christmas event, the one Easter, and the one Halloween, and now, finally, at fucking last, I get across to doing a birthday event. You know, it only fucking took me approximately 4.5 years to actually finally celebrate a birthday event. Like, holy shit. Yeah, we're back here, bloody was it Romeo and Juliet, which I don't know as far as free requests are concerned. I would wager this is probably one of the first I did. Possibly the first, but at least the first 3 I did. Since it's so easy to get quest points and it's relatively straightforward, and now as a quest as a whole you just need to do the guides and all. Man. Certainly, as far as these events go, they have a different kind of humour to them, I guess one can say. And that, certainly I know some people found this one to be, it's not controversial by any stretch of the imagination, but odd, perhaps? I mean, as I say, once I'm done with this event, this will probably be it, because I know plenty of people do the others to get rewards and that, like, you know, whether it be a bunch of party hats, or Christmas crackers, or, in this case, half-full wine jugs, which are apparently quite valuable. Indeed, certainly this is the thing, and that trying to convince people to do these kind of things outside of the cosmetics, and but I don't know, like, I mean, I was really there for the emotes, you know, having that wacky dance and all the 2 of them, I couldn't fucking do because I hadn't done the birthday event at all, and well, here we are at last, here we are. So I suppose there's not much to say in regards to the birthday event itself, and I mean, any particular, I mean, I have plenty of stories to tell myself, but there's a really special video I'm saving that for. This isn't quite it at the moment, and that, but, well, I suppose, you know, there will be a time for that indeed. Though I dare say I've got other things I want to cover outside of the video, as well as news and that, but, oh god, have I got quite the news for you, quite the wealth of news for you indeed. And that, but yeah, so, I suppose I may as well get at least some of the things talked over whilst we were waiting to get to the halfway point of this video, or at least kind of getting into it proper. And that, so, let's see here. X-Monin Ronin / Goody? Got 2 different names here apparently. Oh no, what's it called? A tactical redemption nuke player killing strategy. And yes, you did hear me right there. A tactical redemption nuke. Apparently this guy figured, based on having certain camps at a certain combat level in regards to activating redemption, and that, like, the way it worked is that I think a bunch of them would be at minimum health and that, and one of them would, you know, you'd have like the main account, leading a bunch of very low HP, redemption focus, around 50, 60 HP, and then you would basically, anyone you want to kill, you would barrage them or like bind them, and then also teleblock, and then lead your accounts to where there is. Also cringe. Fucking hell. Yeah. You would lead them straight to like around the guy who you want to kill, and then you would activate. I don't know how, I can't remember if you throw the chimp at one of the outs or you throw it at the guy and then it just what happens to hit all the others. I think I want to say it's one of the outs, and then the redemption would trigger on him, and then it'd be a straight up domino effect after that. He kills himself, redemption activates, and then right after that, the other 8 or 9, get killed straight up after, and it ends up just obliterating the guy. Like, each one does only about, say, 9 or 10 damage, but if you get, like, times 9 in that, yeah, and that's instantaneous, that's almost an instant, like, kill, practically, and that, so it's almost certain death for most people, so bots and, all the lights, you can hit quite high, Armor also, but you can imagine if you hit higher than that, and it's guaranteed, almost, guaranteed 8 plus damage. Like, holy shit, that's got to be some seriously lethal kind of damage that you're dealing with. And but my god. My god. Yeah, that's certainly, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing in terms of what could be exploited as a player counter. Just imagine that, and you're helpless, you see those robotic outs and that, like, just, not carrying anything, like, that's the thing, they don't have to risk anything, and you yourself don't exactly have to risk much, you just need to carry a few chinchompas, enough spells to teleblock and, freeze a few times, and then there you go. You've got yourself almost a guaranteed killing move, and I assumed you could pull it off, right? But, yeah, certainly strategy with that, indeed. Just imagine you do it on an actual PK and that, and, that's the kind of thing we're talking about here. That would be, it wouldn't like, not piety, it's, I think it's, what's the stuff you use that you get for prayer and that, reducing it? It wouldn't work with that. You can't exactly get their prayer off so you can get their, riskables kind of thing, but even then it's still pretty good. And that, knowing that you could probably easily kill them with that, but anywho, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, this is a fun one because I know that's been covered a good bit by now, but yeah. The Nightmare of Ashihama being compared to what is essentially the Angel of Death from RuneScape 3, or I guess you could say a late RuneScape 2, since that was around the time it was released. Yeah, I suppose it's given that there has been comparison rates, particularly, they didn't do themselves any favours in regards to the arena, like the way the mechanics are being done. Both of those have their similarities. It seems like, it seems like a lot of things that they take that are actually quite good ideas, they've kind of just nicked from RuneScape 3 and then twisted just enough so it fits whatever they're trying to put in. Also that moment figuring out the solution, that was a rare kind of moment of quest ingenuity and all. Indeed. But yeah, just the whole thing with Nyx being the kind of desired boss, whereas Nightmare Hashihama was assumed to be some kind of separate. So I suppose people are beginning to wonder if Nyx is actually going to be coming to RuneScape. It's a good question to ask, actually, considering that I myself would actually love to see like a properly hard, God Wars dungeon kind of 2 boss coming to fruition via the form of Nyx, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I have a funny feeling it's not, but, one can dream, One can dream. Although there is also concerns over what is, essentially, ironically also, the God Wars dungeon loot. And now, how I have my own strong feelings on Mod Reach, and one of the things he did that was both very good for people, like showing like a really good boss, and also quite fucking terrible by spoiling people, essentially, was the introduction of the infamous Zora. The one that I'll bet, hands up, I've killed over 5,500 times at this point, so it's not like, this is the point to be said. It's the fact that they've introduced it. See, what the developers for is like, they could have put in some of that, but they didn't. Why was that? You know, these are the kind of folks who develop, like, so they have something in mind and they think, yeah, but it could be quite a popular boss, but they didn't because, you know, also they want to keep integrity as far as the economy as a whole is concerned. You know, if people want the unique, well, fuck it, they'll kill it. You know, if it's that much in demand, people will just kill it, deal with the shit drop tail till they get unique, and hey ho, they make bank. And if too many people do it, then some will fuck off because then it's like, oh, the unique's not so good. And then, you know, that's how it works. Essentially the same thing with a bond, you know, too many people buy bonds and that, there's not enough, demand goes up, and then people stop buying as much, and then all the folks in that get, you know, supply and demand, you know. Also, oh damn, that's a rare case of Jagex actually using, I suppose not exactly offensive words, and oh fuck. That's going to be a fun one, but yeah, oh damn, you don't see that word very much. Indeed, so. Alright, I suppose this is indeed. I suppose I'll fast forward through these and that, since I reckon you've already probably seen these. Yeah, this is the very first event I did, right at the end of, I want to say 2015. And you know, this was to do with the Chambers of Exotic, but it might have been 2016, I'm not sure. My money's on 2015. And yet, you see that? Great Old, I fucking had the chance for that, but no, never took it. And then Easter was the following, I want to say 2016, but again, could be mistaken. And that, you know. Yeah, this event, oh fuck. Mining chocolate indeed. And I'm probably wrong, it's probably actually 2016 Christmas, 2017 Easter, but hey ho. Let's see. And then, yeah, this one I'm pretty sure is 2018. The Halloween one, Chambers of Eric, indeed. Little pun and all. Yeah, this was I was a bit slow for the Halloween one and that, you know, seeing as I missed 2015, 2016, 2017, but nailed it on 2018. And that, and of course I ended up being a spastic and missing the, you know, the whole, what's that? Oh, let's see, just fast forward. Oh, there we go. But yeah, just fast going through all that, and yeah, all it took me 4.5 years to get this birthday event, but alas, here we are. So, alright, I suppose I'll get back to the news and that. Yeah, the whole thing about the Gold Wars dungeon style, my contention was that, yeah, Mod Reach essentially spoiled the player base on RuneScape as a whole with it, and perhaps maybe it's just people want something different, you know? That's the thing you have to bear in mind. People may say, you know what, I said I want something that's a bit more rewarding and that, like, just provide an alternative. And, you know, there's a point to be had there. It's just, I think the game didn't really have many gold sinks because they didn't really, well, plan for that. So when the mass inflation started happening a couple of years, or 3 years or so down the road, yeah, they kind of didn't have anything to go off of, so they had to cut all this, and this is eventually how you know about this, you know, death tax thing as well as the G tax. It's like, and apparently they don't need to go 6 because the jewellery is working so well, but here we are. Oh, whatever. As I say, I'll give a good go at Nightmare of Ashiam myself, even if I have to solo the fucking thing, but we shall see. Indeed, it's possible to solo it, but can I actually solo it? I think I'll probably wait until my gear is back up to be pretty good again, because right now it's like, I've got the Twisted Bow, but that's fucking useless against guards, so probably not. But yeah, so this is going to be an interesting one, considering the, how to say it. Yeah, many people probably not even, how to say it, even heard about this particular section of the website on RuneScape. But essentially, this goes under the name of what used to be Lores and Histories. I didn't go on it too often myself, but just say when I was having a meal and that, or want to get a good read, and, you know, just catch up a bit on the RuneScape lore. And yeah, pretty much in that, the whole idea of, yeah, just catching, like, I'm trying to phrase this in a way that makes sense for people. Like, just give an example here. Also, one of the better stories was the whole, what was it, Fall of the Six, pertaining to the story of the Barrow brothers, and the other one was to do with the, oh, it was to do with the gnomes and that, and early contact, and also featuring, yeah, everybody's favourite Glow, from, most noticeably from the Monkey Madness 2 series, also from the earlier quests as well, do like the first Monkey Madness and the Grand Tree, as it were. certainly it is quite the interesting stories, as well as some later on to do with like Daemonheim, and I think a couple of stuff to do with RuneScape 3 exclusively, but alas, yeah, the reason why I'm a bit sad about this is because essentially the problem that's came out of it is they've decided that essentially that part of the website, much like their wiki a couple of years back, is so underused. Also, yet that dance at last, indeed, open games, yeah, that one. That's still provided by zombie dance mostly, but it gives an alternative at last, at least. Anyway, yeah. Apparently they've decided lore and histories that it's just very much hardly anybody's using it, and yeah, just apparently that's it as far as they're concerned and that, so they just very much done away with it, and you know. Yeah. Also that ornament sword, very nice, I know. Oh man. Yeah, I suppose what the issue here is they've essentially removed the lore history section. Oh fuck. Yeah, that sudden change of scenery and all, surprise indeed. But anyway, yeah, just that whole disappointment, because I think they've got copies thankfully backed up on the wiki, but I haven't actually checked for myself, so if they don't, oh dear. Yeah, no, I'm very much the rare case of folks that actually like to really look into the lore and all, you know, like, fuck. It's out of the RuneScape trilogy way back in 2015, you know, fuck, if that doesn't speak for itself or nothing, God knows what, you know. Also, our dear hands here again. Oh, joy. Yeah, I was surprised in that, yeah. This one was, yeah, oh dear, this is a, yeah, I might have to blog out that one because this was not something I was expecting, and yeah. Indeed, there's a funny one to be said about the creation date, and I very much have had feelings on that, let's just say that much, and but I still feel it's nice to share, but it's there's a lot to be said, a lot to be said indeed. Oh well. So, I suppose with that loss, also this cryptic stuff of Moon's Child indeed, or what I suspect to be Desert Treasure 2, the next Grandmaster quest or not, but yeah, I suppose that sad news comes in the form of, I guess, something good. And this is indeed what they're calling the new round of articles and that they're now wanting to put forward as the Gielinor Gazette. And that, essentially, if you remember the series way back over a decade ago from the Postman Bag Hedge thing for Pete and that, I forget the exact name and that, but essentially, you know, it was a series obviously that they did just to kind of write a bit of nice commentary, you know, getting the community involved and all, and that was, I never paid much attention to it back then, but chances are, if I was this age that I am right now, 10 years ago, I'd say I'd be paying a lot more attention to it, just enjoying it and all, but I don't know why they stopped doing exactly if that was just, they just deemed it not worth the effort and all, but back then I was, I don't know, I mean, it's still there for historical purposes, to really keep the archived and on the website, so yeah, you know those articles, like, what was it, the actual news thing saying, oh, you know, here's all the people who've, like, bought it, and, you know, like, shaming them. That's still on there. They've never said, oh, no, we don't do that, you know, we're just secretly removing them from existence. No, they've still got that, but it's funny looking back at the history of RuneScape, and I'll tell you that much. Oh, man. But, yeah, the last one, I will probably not be able to really touch upon this that much, so I'm only just going to give a brief summarization of it, but indeed, new death mechanics. Dreadful update it is at last, and they're finally get to what was apparently fixed back in 2014, but they've been leaving it for a good 5.5 years to get around to fixing, and that, you know, and yeah, here we are. We're finally at it, you know, touching upon this really tricky topic and all. I dare say I've not even got scarcely amount of time to actually go over it, so I won't really talk about it till, you know, later on and that, you know, probably next video I reckon and that, but yeah. Also strength experience, where I'm trying to fucking save it for the next 99 and that, but alright, there we go. So, what brings me here at, yeah, you're probably wondering here, alright, you know, are you, like, just going back here just for the lols, it's a word, and this is something I'll cover now and that, just with regards to Last One Standing and that. Actually, no, this is actually one of the worlds that you're meant to be on, yeah. Let's see. Also, there's a fucking fancy indeed. That's what I looked like. Yep, I like to play. Indeed, just go, oh, what's this? 10k. Humdy-hum. I wonder why that could be. Well, essentially, what's happened is back in December, you'll remember, actually, I'll actually double check this, GWB, because this is also the clan set up, the man himself. Well, actually, no, he's got back up now, which is interesting, but yeah, essentially, how to say this? Alright, back in December, when, you know, the whole people were getting pissy about Last Stand not being usable, you know, essentially what happened, there was a guy called GWB. He essentially was, I guess, the sole guy who got the whole thing started. And this was before Barry to kind of really push people into it, make it really popular, said it's kind of popular. And essentially, I was able to catch on that quite early. And you know, the first few days, despite having some hiccups here and there, and eventually got my first Halo. Then, you know, took a break from it until after my 2 Bond sort of week membership thing. And then coming back, I thought I'd go for the second Halo. And I was not successful, though. That was just because I just didn't get around to it in time. And the reason I say that is because what seems to have happened is during that time when the Bounty Hunter 2 came in, and you'll see here, if I trade here, you'll see I've got about 330. And that, no, actually, I lie. No, 1 point off, so I kind of lied. I thought, well, I guess it's just one less than that, but still, it's a bit of a bastard if you think about that. I could probably just trade with those tablets and that. Anywho, that's besides the point. So essentially, yeah, these are the 2 new ones that are added, the Ornate Maul Handle and the Serum Steer, because Bounty Hunter 2, yeah, it turns out, wasn't a very good fucking update for the economy, so they kind of had to cancel it for the time being. And where the fuck do you get these 2 valuable items in that, especially the Ornate Maul Handle for the Gmod grades? Well, this is how they've offered it, put it in the Last One Standing. That really kicked the popularity. I wish I'd stuck to it and got to like 450-ish and just left, because the plan was, later on when I get membership today, that I would either get the Halo or sell it, you know, for a bunch of money. And apparently the way the prices are going for the Gmod handles, they're going about 850-ish a piece, so that's really good for 15 points. Think about the fucking money you can make off of that, but I'll have to see, because right now the biggest problem for Last One Standing appears to be, it's just, they've kind of end up killing the popularity, partially due to the fee, but also, because it's free to play, you get reduced points in that, but I don't know about how much. And but essentially it's just killed free to play, you know, like, nobody does it. And now, if I'm just checking here. Yeah, actually there's no longer 4 worlds, there's only 3. And that, so they've killed one of the 3 to play worlds at that. Like, this one's a bit more busier, but it's like, nah. Basically, it's essentially killed. And that, you know, so rest in peace, Last One Standing. You know, you were very much treasured, and that for the short time you spent in, like, say, 2 months and that really flourishing, you know. Ye shall be missed, but yeah, apparently I was one of those, scrupulous people indeed, yeah. Totally, yeah, I was up to no good with being a legend of fucking hiding and seeking, and but alas, here we are, Here we are. So, obviously, you'll probably wonder at this point, why am I still continuing the video, and, you know, making my way towards, if you guessed it right, indeed, the Falador party room. Also this fucking lag, but of course it's to be expected because it's Australian server. Well, there's a particular reason for that, and I figured it rather fitting, especially considering it is indeed the 7th birthday of old school RuneScape, and that 7 years and all, despite the fact probably the first 2 was for members only, and the following half a year after that I missed out due to not really realising this. But yeah, take a close look at this little place here, and I'm not kidding when I say this. I've never once entered this place you're about to see, But, alright, you probably noticed here, this is the place you go up to for the rooftop, just, almost nobody ever goes up there, right? What if I told you there's a downstairs now? And of course, I've noticed this for a while though, but I've always just held off going inside it, but you know what? Let's finally explore it, see what it's all about, and actually see this treasured museum, as it were. Let's go right into it. Indeed, this is I guess museum, as it were. Also, you noticing it's like, I think that's Castle Wars place in that, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, here we are, the famed museum, and that celebrates old school RuneScape's history. Where to even fucking start though, eh? Like, obviously I'm not gonna like go through like, I don't know how much I'll cover essentially, but yeah, seeing with that, eh? Man, fucking, yeah, it must have been 2016 and then the Easter one was 2017, because yeah, the Chambers of Jagex, eh? I gotta say this much, seeing the history and that, I don't know, it's like a fairly quiet spot, like you almost get nobody here, and I'd love to check it once I become like going from members to free to play again, just to see. But man, just getting this, you know, I've been here for most of the updates and that. I mean, as far as old school RuneScape's expansions itself are concerned, and that certainly it's like, also I'm curious what, oh, there's actually talk about NPCs. Oh yeah, of course. And the out top, this pair and that, yeah, indeed famous as it were. Also, holy, I guarantee that's not as big, you know, as an actual members one. That would look fucking intimidating if it were, and that. It's kind of like, same with Great Orm, it's kind of smaller, but not too much so, but that would look, oh, I don't know, that would be, I actually wish it was that big, but alas, indeed. Just thinking here, is this, what's this? Oh yeah, Fossil Island, indeed. Alright, this I have to say here, if we don't get around to showing much else, this is iconic. For anyone who's been proper RuneScape, you know, veterans and all, this is very much iconic indeed. Though I don't know about the Duns, and I'm not quite sure. Indeed, Crunchy Tim. Oh no, boy. Yeah, this one brings back the memories, that does. Oh, start. Oh dear. Yeah, apparently there's like a bunch of references here if you pay close attention, seeing how they've done it and that. Also noticing, yeah, there's even got those little currency coin things on the table. Oh man. Yeah, back in the proper old days of RuneScape, that was selling something. Yeah, I think they've also updated this like after the 5th year when they're introduced since 2017, because 2016 was when they updated, like that wouldn't have been there in 2017, then they did it again the following year, you know, this one, so that would have been updated twice. Like again, that wouldn't have been here in that last year. Indeed, saying the Hydra now. Also, yeah, Velzik, Theatre Blood. Not seen that yet, but fuck me if I'll be damned if I get seeing out of that eventually. Also, Magic Mirror, eh? Oh, what? But yeah, just a little bit of taste of old school RuneScape. I have a funny feeling that they might eventually expand it even further, just to get a feel for what is essentially old school RuneScape. Also, oh wait, no, there's still. I've just realised, no, there's actually still a bit more to go. Oh fuck. Better rush for us indeed. Oh, move your tit. Yeah, Nightmare Zone, Roof to. I'm actually surprised in that, yeah, the community stuff and that hasn't been done more often, but. Also, yeah, Goal Invasion. Oh fuck, now that was proper old school RuneScape before the team didn't had much to work with on that, but here we are. And yet, the proper infamous stuff in that there, you know, Zora and all, Iron Man Ultimate, the Elite Clues, and, well, Runite Minor. Man. Just I suppose that kind of celebration and all, eh? What indeed. Well, I suppose if there's one thing I want to go on, well, indeed. Fitting moment that I don't really understand myself, but here it is, eh? Tell it, folks.